Hello everyone and good day to all of you. Today we're going to be learning about the reflexive pronouns. Okay? The reflexive pronouns and the intensive pronouns are going to be our topic for today. And as usual, reflexive and intensive pronouns are like twins. They are almost the same, they look the same because they're considered like identical twins. They look the same, but actually they are different. When we say different, it means that they function differently from each other. Magkaiba sila. Magkaiba ng ginagawa sa sentences. Kahit magkapareho sila ng itsura, magkaiba naman yung mga role na pinaperform nila sa mga sentences na ginagamit natin. Let's take a look at what reflexive and intensive pronouns are. Usually, they are words that end in the word self or in the suffix self and the suffix selves. Examples of these pronouns are myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. Please remember that these words are actually ending in self or selves. Take a look at how these words are ending. Self, 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 self. Why do they end in the word self? It's because these pronouns are singular. It means that they are representing just one person. Okay? Now, if you notice, we have selves, selves, selves. Why? It is because these pronouns are ending, are considered plural. Like that means they are more than one. That means they could be two or more. Okay? Is everything clear about why they are ending with self and selves? Let us now proceed to the next part. Let's talk about reflexive pronouns. Ano ba ang reflexive pronouns? The reflexive pronouns are the objects that refer to the subject. When we say objects that refer to the subject, they are the same with the subject of the sentence. Magkapareho yung subject o yung topic ng sentence mo o yung pinag-uusapan ng sentence at yung object. Halimbawa, for example, we have Jenny bought herself a dress. What is the reflexive pronoun in this sentence? We have the word herself. This is a reflexive pronoun. Why do we say that this is a reflexive pronoun? It is because Jenny, this is our subject. So this is your subject. And then this is the object, herself. So when we say, okay, so Jenny is the subject and herself is the object. The object is the part of the sentence that is receiving the action that was done by your subject. Ano ba yung bought? Bumili. Diba? So, si Jenny ay bumili para sa kanyang sarili ng bestida. So, itong yung herself, ay binilhan. Ibig sabihin, yung pagbili ay ini-apply doon sa dress na ibibigay para doon kay Jenny sa sarili niya. Tingnan pa natin ang ibang examples. The boy wrote himself a letter. In this sentence, himself is what? That's right. This is the reflexive pronoun. It becomes a reflexive pronoun in the sentence because the action wrote. That was done by the boy. The boy did the action. Sinong nagsulat? Yung batang lalaki. So, in the sentence, the boy is your subject. So, the boy is the subject. The action word or the action that was done is wrote. And then, himself is your reflexive pronoun. Let's move on. As for the next example, you have they should address the letter to themselves. In this sentence, where is the reflexive pronoun? That's right. You have the word themselves. Themselves is plural. Marami sila. Bakit marami? Kasi meron kang subject na they. So, yung they, ito yung kapareho o nire-represent nung themselves. So, sino ang gumawa ng action? Yung they. Para kanino yung ginawang action? Sa themselves. Yung themselves at yung they, pareho lang yung tinutukoy nila. So, ano naman yung iba pang paliwanag? Let's have, in the first example, we have herself. And in this example, you can see that this is what we call indirect object. Bakit indirect object? Kasi, hindi naman talaga sa kanya in-apply yung action na pagbili. Kundi, doon sa dress. Anong binili? Yung dress. Para kanino? For herself. So, pag ang sagot ay for herself, ito ay tinatawag nating indirect object. Isa pa. Himself. In the sentence, the boy wrote himself a letter, you have the word himself as another indirect object. Bakit indirect object? Kasi, yung isinulat, hindi naman yung himself. Ang isinulat ay yung letter. So, yung letter naman ay ibinigay para doon sa batang lalaki. Yung batang lalaki nagsulat ng liham para sa kanyang sarili. At sa panghuli, they should address the letter to themselves. Sabi natin, the reflexive pronoun is themselves. In here, this is what we call the object of the preposition. Bakit natin sinabi na preposition? Tingnan ninyong mabuti ang ating pangungusap. In our sentence, we have they should address the letter to themselves. Take a look at the word before themselves. Ang to ay isang example ng preposition. So, preposition siya. Yan, pareho sila. Sinasabi nito kung para saan yung letter. Naintindihan po? Is everything clear? There are other things that, or other prepositions that you might use. You may also have the word by. Yan. So, by is also an example of preposition. So, for example, you change this word to into by. They should address the letter by themselves. So, ano ibig sabihin ng by themselves? Sa pamamagitan ng kanilang sarili. Oh. So, in that sense, by is also a preposition. So, in the reflexive pronouns part, we have to understand that it is considered as an object in the sentence, which is also the same as the subject. Now, let's move on to the next part. Let's now have the intensive pronouns. The intensive pronouns are used to emphasize a noun or a pronoun. In Filipino, this is what we meant as mismo. So let's try our sentences. Aside from that, it can be omitted from the sentence without changing its meaning. For example, my mother herself paid for my shoes. Where is the intensive pronoun? Herself. You are correct. Mother and herself are the same. Pareho lang yung mother at saka yung herself. Isang tao lang ang tinutukoy niya. But, if we change the sentence and delete herself, kung burahin mo yung herself, tingnan mo dito sa sentence na to. My mother paid for my shoes. Nawala na yung herself. Pero, hindi na nagbago yung ibig sabihin ng pangungusap mo. The sentence did not change its meaning by deleting the word herself in it. But if you translate the sentence, this sentence, we say, ang nanay mismo ang nagbayad ng sapatos. In this sentence, we translate it in Filipino as, ang nanay ang nagbayad ng sapatos. So when we add the word herself, we would like to emphasize or make it clear that it's really the mother or that it's really the subject who did the action. Do you have any questions? I hope that you have learned all the things that we have to know about the reflexive and intensive pronouns. And now it's time for us to have our practice. So this time, all you have to do is you have to complete the thought of the following sentences by filling out the blank with the appropriate information. Are you ready? Let's start. She should let blank into the school. Could you repeat? Okay. What then is your answer? Herself. You are correct. She should let herself into the school. Let's move on. Jimmy brought himself his blank. Could you repeat? Very good. What then is your answer? That's right. The word that you may use for it can be anything or any object. For example, Jimmy brought himself his jacket. Okay, now I have another one. Blank bought herself some accessories. Could you repeat? This time, what then is your answer? You are right. The answer can be a name of a female or a female pronoun. you may use she. She bought herself some accessories. Or you may use another name of a female. Let's say Jacqueline. Jacqueline bought herself some accessories. Very good. How about this? The monkey hangs blank in the trees. Please repeat. Very good. Now, your answer is you are correct. Your answer should be itself. The monkey hangs itself in the trees. Let's have another one. They blamed themselves for... Could you repeat? Very good. What then is your answer? They blamed themselves for... You are right. It can be anything that they could have done. For example, losing the game. They blamed themselves for losing the game. How about this one? I blank myself at the buffet restaurant. Could you please repeat? Very good. What is your answer? That's right. You may use the word treat, or you may use its past tense, treated. I treated myself at the buffet restaurant. How about this one? You can make blank happier with your pet. Could you repeat? That's right. What then is your answer? Very good, because we have our subject you, then we can have our word to complete the sentence as yourself, because you and yourself are the same in its meaning. You can make yourself happier with your pet. Good job. How about this one? Grace blank herself a treat for getting a high grade in the examination. Could you please repeat? Good job. What is your answer? That is right. You can use the word gave. Grace gave herself a treat for getting a high grade in the examination. How about this one? We tasked blank with research about multiple intelligences. Could you repeat? Very good. What then is your answer? You're right, because we have the subject we, then we can change or we can use the pronoun ourselves. Ourselves, not ourself. So That is because ourselves is plural. And if we use ourself, it's going to be wrong. So, we tasked ourselves with research about multiple intelligences. This one is another example. Could you please answer? The blank made a drawing of themselves. Please repeat. Good job. What is your answer? That's right. You may use the word artists. The artists made a drawing of themselves.